See you again. Here you are talking with two young girls. And of course my stream crashed. Why? Why does that keep happening? Share this link around, because if this crashes again, I'm gonna be upset. Men are all the same. It doesn't matter. Oh god, she's off already. No, stop, 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 stop! You seem to attack all sorts of interesting people, Miss Edgeworth. Hey, please, I'm begging you, by all means, do not provoke her any further. Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness. Honestly, I hope she isn't, but I don't think fate is going to be so kind today. I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true, she is the witness. I suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag. Yes, it was just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder. You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes? Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. What old bag witnessed? Oh boy. Which is probably nothing. Nothing. It's like she never sees anything. I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. Unfortunately. What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end of supposed to mean, edgy poo? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from this little old lady. She didn't really give me much to work with. I came to the stadium to take a short break.
Hold it!
So let's press everything and see what we figure out. You mean you took a break from being the Pink Badger? You may not think it, but it's hard work keeping kids' dreams alive. You smell of sweat, your hip creaks with pain, you even begin to dream about work. That's the kind of story that would scar a child for life, you know. Well, that's why I chose to come take my break here, whippersnapper. I don't plan on playing the part of the dead badger in front of a bunch of kids. So what did you see while you, the Pink Badger, were resting? Oh yes, that, well... As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area.
Hold it!
You saw two men? Can you describe them for me? They looked like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring that I don't even remember much beyond that. But did they have any special features? Anything you recall would be very helpful. Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of those two men. Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not worked up over anyone, and I'm not jealous! It's alright, Itchy-Poo. Those two were just foals compared to a stallion like you. I thought so little of them that I lost interest in the instant I laid eyes on them. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground.
Hold
it! You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place? Absolutely! That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired. You didn't try to go help the person that got shot. I'm only one person, you smart alecky rat. What could I have done? But I took off as soon as I could find someone who could help. Two men, one bullet. It's all consistent with what we found out from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony. Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory? Self-centered, aren't we? While it was somewhat useful, our testimony also presents us with a new problem. Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? So about this new problem, what is that giant grin on your face for? Do you want me to show you something really nice? No, thank you. Don't be so mean. I swear it's something you're going to like. What is that gadget you're holding? Would you see before you use the secret weapon of the great three? Ah, I should have known it would be worthless. Ah, don't be like that. What do you think now? What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air. I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Dark skies at evening when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. What is this? This is a recreation of the murder based on the info I inputted into Little Thief. Little Thief? I dare say I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit too far. Little Thief was actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I used it like this... Let's see. Soul Bag said that the two men were facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out, and the victim fell to the ground. Ah, so with this we can expect the crime scene as it was in the past. See? So what do you think? I have to say, I'm impressed by the technology we use to have access to these days. Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yakuza. Indeed. Oh, but if there isn't enough information or if something is out of place, the recreation can come out a little strange. In other words, I can use it to authenticate the validity of a witness's testimony. You got it! You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth. Right now, the simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. And if I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification. Feel free to examine everything in this simulation in the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you find something, I've got Little Thief with me, so you just let me know, okay? Well, let's check the body first. According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here. That's right, but if that's the case, then we already found our first contradiction. Huh? What? Where? If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. Which piece of evidence shows the missing item? Wouldn't it be the blood?
Take that!
This is the contradiction. Eh? Is something wrong with my recreation? If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one? Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right? Right. The fact that there is no blood here casts doubt on the witness's testimony. Veggie Poo, how can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down. You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edward. To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there is another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Alright, let's do some logic. If the victim was the kidnapper, why was there no blood? This is all I got, so let's put these two together. Is it not possible that the victim was wearing the costume? Do you really think that Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers? I think we can reasonably assume that there is a very good chance that he was, and that if he was shot while he was inside one of those stolen costumes, then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. Precisely. Now, if only we could prove that the victim was wearing the costume, you'd think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. The problem is finding them, since there doesn't seem to be any around. Footprints, huh? I wonder how we could go about finding some of those. This is amazing. Just feel the power of science. Emma, spell that method you talked about for finding footprints. Ah, finally my expert knowledge in forensics is needed. Yes, well, can you detect the trace even partial footprints? Leave it to me. A cutting-edge detection kit can find anything. Very well. Please analyze the footprints from this area. Okay, stand back now and witness the power of science at work. Hey, I found something. Look, right there. I don't see anything. Oh, that's right. Here, put these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth. These footprints here were definitely left by a badger costume. Judging by the way the prints are layered, those seem to be the newest. And we can conclude that the victim is definitely wearing a costume at the time. Okay, in that case, I'll update Little Thief's simulation parameters. I can't wait to see what we find out from this new info. The victim is wearing a costume. And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right? My view of recreation has changed in accordance with the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention. What do you want? The testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please. What Obag witnessed. I came to this stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. So, does this mean that Miss Olbach's testimony has a contradiction in it? Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation. See, I just knew Little Thief would be of help. Now let's see if we can pull more info from Miss Olbach to put into the recreation. For that, we must first find the contradiction in her testimony. I came to this stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. And here's the contradiction right here, because why doesn't she remember the fact that there was a person in a costume?
Objection!
Two men? How did you know the gender of the two people involved, seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time? Ah! Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. Ah! I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all. But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. From a seat in the second tier. The second tier? Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier? That was, you know, I was using the phrase in the metaphorical sense. See, I wouldn't still have a screw loose in the metaphorical sense. The cushy seats in the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs, which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap. I can't see how you could have gotten a good look from there. It's so high up! Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there? Well, I know I saw two people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow. My eyesight isn't what it used to be, you know? Not like when I was young. Oh god, she's off. She's off! She's off! Stop! 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 Let's return to our investigation, shall we, okay? You got it! Looks like they broke the stage down. Huh, the stage was packed up. The stage I saw this morning in the center of the stadium has been packed away. I guess this means they're done for today. Maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start its run tomorrow. Alright, time for some logic. Stage was packed up in the shadow of the stage, so these are the only two I got. So let's see what this says. That woman's testimony is to be believed. The murder occurred before the stage was broken down. Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief? Yes, if you please. Okay. Wait. That makes no sense. He's in the stage. There's clearly a contradiction here. Please stop stealing my lines. Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even for a layman like me. I suppose, in any case, it's not possible for the killer to have stood here in that way, because there was a very real stage set up in this spot at that time. Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything? Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation. Isn't it obvious? The killer was on top of the stage, naturally. Right, Miss Old Bag? Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage. See, now let me update the info in the simulation. Well, what have we here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see. Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scene. Agent Lang, we discovered that the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium. I see. Thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that? Little Thief is not a toy. You two! Sir! And there you have it, you see? Big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Now this is a recreation. So what? Do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is the killer? Of course. Even knowing that the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook. Agent Lang's logic. This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage, and when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That's the truth your little recreation showed. How far would you go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime? He's the most likely suspect we've got, especially given the situation with his gun. Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark. You see, thank you for understanding, my little crow girl. I'm not so common crow. I'm the Yatagarasu, the Raven of Legend. Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested, so let's see how well it holds up. This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of this stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That doesn't make sense because he was shot through the abdomen from a low angle, so that doesn't make sense. terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible. Huh? Why not? Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located. Actually, I didn't get that good of a look. Oh, well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angle shot from beneath the victim. Then, yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above. A clear contradiction! You're discounting your own conclusion? No, this one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter in our recreation. The killer and victim's location. Yes, the locations of the killer and the victim were wrong. Ah, I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. If this is what happened, it also explains the positioning of the gunshot. Then, what about the footprints? Since footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume. Okay, I'll try using that data instead. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime. Another bit of proof. I asked that you take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the blue Badger-mobile. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the blue Badger-mobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. I do apologize about me sniffling a lot. It's like whenever I wake up and it's kind of chilly and chilly in the house, it's like my nose is always stuffy and I can't do anything about that. You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. The 3 tire tread marks are very telling, however. Is the blue Badger-mobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? I asked that you take another good look at the tire marks on there. The 3 marks are indicative of the blue Badger-mobile. Wait a minute. Wait. There's no mud. There's no mud on these tires. So it couldn't have been him. Because it was raining. No, this is wrong.
Objection!
Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? The tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekins' blue Badger-mobile. A look at the car would have told you so. What proves that the blue Badger-mobile had never been to this stadium? The tire tracks.
Take that!
The tires. Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on them. If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tire tracks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed. Then how do you explain the tire tracks, genius? Hey, I've got it. What about Miss Oldbag's pink Badger-mobile? Don't be ridiculous! I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats! Indeed, I believe we can rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there is yet one more roving store, as I recall. Oh, you mean the Proto-Badger! That's right. There was one more parking space inside that garage. It proves the existence of a Proto-Badger-mobile. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this Proto-Badger-mobile post-haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it. Hey, Did you hear something? Help! Help me. Are you alright? This is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West. With kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in? Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers. What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces. But one was a woman. A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already. I'll even let you guys have what the kid said just now. Consider it a gift. Now, are you going to get out of my crime scene, or am I going to have to get rough? Again? You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Oh, no, not you. You're a very important witness for my case. I'm not about to let you get away with that easy. Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you. That's right, I won't either. You hear me, you young whippersnapper? Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from you. I'm not going to rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens. What do you say? Will you cooperate? Fair maidens? Why, you little bastard. You sure know the way into a woman's heart. Lang Z said, after the time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever. Find out, do my edgy food with your fancy schmancy saying. Let's get this over with. So we're clear, I'm only interested in giving you my statement. Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be. Mr. Edgeworth! Unfortunately, that is all the time I have for today, because A, I'm worried that my stream will crash again, and B, I do have other things that is going to be taking up my time today. So I unfortunately have to end the live stream here. So thank you all for watching. And as always, your host, TheAmariaShadow, saying long Z, and I'll see you for the next adventure. Goodbye, everyone!